Right, let's start doing the upgrade of the caliper mount. Over here there's going to be 4 bolts. I believe the size 12. Let me check. No, 12, 13. Yeah, the size 13. And you hear noise coming out of that AC just because that's my neighbor. His AC is on. It's freaking hot in New York right now. So you start removing this first. Alright, be careful, you gotta hold the one in the back before releasing this bolt. I believe it would be easier removing these two first. This is the 2 bolts that hold the caliper mount to the frame of the fork or the suspension, whatever you call this, and proceed to removing this. They're both size 13. Just remind you there's size 13. Okay, so let's remove this too. First time doing this, so I don't know what I'm doing, but so far I think I'm doing the right thing. Okay, let's do it. All right, after removing this, I can see there were signs a little bit of rubbing over here on the metal caliper, and probably a little bit on the front. I usually don't use much of the front brake. I usually do the region take care of the job, but you know, it is good to do it now than later, so you don't want to face the consequence later. And also I think the pads are rubbing unevenly, so good thing that he sent me an extra one, so I will, you know, upgrade this too. And removing the bolt from the caliper mount and the caliper itself, it would be straightforward. Remember this, there's 2 washers over here, thick one, so they use size 13 to remove them. Just 13, just remind you. I know it's be annoying, but just in case, just straightforward, loosen them up, take it out, replace it with the new one right there, and you Gucci. I recommend you to lose this one before taking it out from here, because holding it on your hand and removing this one is hard. Otherwise, you like Superman, you can do it, but I'm gonna put it just there just to, you know, have some leverage, and I can remove this one easier. Okay, just like that. They came out easier. Even though these things are loose, I just put it there so they can, you know, lose it out quicker and easier than holding it in my hand and applying force, because the torque is tremendous on this. Okay, all right, so remove this. After removing this one in the bottom, the caliper would be by itself, the mount would be by itself. Straightforward. You're gonna use this too. This is probating, and then I don't know why he gave me this. I'm probably gonna maybe use the titanium one. Probably gonna kind of use the original one, doesn't matter. Let's see which one fit better, and I go back to you. Hold on. Okay. All right, guys, so make sure when you remove them, make sure you don't confuse them. They're thicker washer than the one that got on top. So this one is a flat washer and a thick washer, flat washer and a thick washer. So don't mess it up, because don't mix it, because and then after you're gonna, you know, have issue. Remember which one's which one. So make sure these tools are separately and this one separately. This was the one that go on the caliper, and this one is the one that go on the frame attaching the caliper. Okay, so they use a rubber button on top of the caliper here. This is for you put some kind of screwdriver so you can squeeze the cylinder back, in case when you put it back to the discs, the space between them is too small and it won't go through. Okay, so but first I had to replace the pads because they're all broken and uneven. So let's see how I do this, but it should be straightforward. I believe you gotta just lose this one out and the whole thing will move just like the one in the car. Let's see. All right, come back. All right, after removing the screw, make sure it comes out all the way up. You had a secure thread over here, nothing's wrong with it, don't panic, this is normal. After taking this one, the half of the caliper will slide up. So this is how it's gonna be sliding up. Once this slides up, it will be easy to remove the pads. Okay, and if you want, you can clean this up, and it's a lot of oil here. All right, removing the pads is straightforward. You just can just push it out just like that, they will come out. and then to put it in, make sure both of the clip push in and push inside the pad. Hopefully I can show you, but I only have one hand. And then as you can see here, I can see that it was, you know, breaking unevenly, because you can see it's not the bottom is touching, only a portion of the top it was touching, probably because it was bent. You see, new, ground, no new, and new, no new, and new. So you see, as you can see, the uneven. So this is not good, because when you're breaking the surface of that is supposed to be touching the discs is not touching completely, so it's like maybe 50% of the power. All right, this is my caliper mount. I don't know if you can see in the video, but it's slightly bent on the right, so it's maybe on the video it will be hard to see it, but if I see it myself, it's a little hard. It's easier, because you see when I was cleaning here, since this was bent, it was touching the interior over here of my caliper, so that is no good. So I finished cleaning this. You have some lube that you use to lubricate the piece that move back and forth. Would be better if you add more and clean the old one. I just cleaned the old one up from this one and this one. You can add back. I want to show you which I'm use. Just give me 1 second. So this is the one I use. It's ceramic stream. It's a brake pad lubricant, and then you apply this on this guy, which is the one from the arm of the caliper, and from the caliper itself we have to lubricate this one on the bottom, not on the top, only on the bottom. Okay, I didn't clean this one yet, but you're supposed to clean this one as well. Okay, all right, this is how it's supposed to be lubricated. Not too much, not too little. Same thing with the screw over there, and put everything back just like the way you take this part apart. All right, that will be easy. The way the pads go, the round part goes inside, the flat part go on top. When you close it, it looks like this. Okay, why the round part is in the inside? Because when you put the caliper is round, and the pads had to be round this way. Okay, makes sense. All right, let's put back together. Okay, put this in my leg in case you forgot how the bases go. The round part gotta go with the round part of the caliper mount. That makes sense. It's sit like this. Okay, so you place this, put the screw back. Make sure you don't tie this one yet, because it's not a lot of leverage to tie it on your hands. You remember to tie this back and put this one, okay, over here. So after you put this one, don't tie it too hard, because you don't have that enough power on your hands. It's better once this two is mounted to the bike, and you can start tightening everything back to normal. Okay, right, this is how it's supposed to look when you put it back. It's supposed to be a flat washer all the way in the back, size 13 nut, the new screw, one flat washer attached to the caliper, one flat washer, caliper mount, and it should be a fat washer here, another washer, and another nut. I didn't have this washer here. I don't remember if I have it before, but I just added for extra precaution. So start tightening everything. So I will start doing this too, and after this one, and remember the one we didn't tight all the way, which is this one, because we didn't have the leverage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, don't forget size 13, and this one will be, I think, size 8 Allen key. Okay, 6 is a size 6 Allen key. I just find out right now, it looks like 8, but it's a size 6 Allen key. Remember, 13 bolts in the back, size 6 Allen key, 13, 13, 13, they're all 13 except the new ones. Okay, all right, let's start tightening this up. Right, after tightening everything, make sure you move the bike back and forth. If you don't hear anything rubbing, it means you did everything good. I didn't even calibrated the brake jack. I didn't you know, break, so the pad goes back to position. But so far I can see it looks fine. It looks the way it's supposed to be, right there and right here. As you can see, I'm moving the bike. There is no sound coming from the disc because it's not rubbing anymore. Some people have like a hissing noise, metal shining, rattling. It's just because the disc was touching the caliper, or the pads were touching something in there, and it was a mess. So this is how it's supposed to look, and I'm just gonna go around and give it a test, okay? Before you start, just give it some push, so you start pumping the liquid all the way to the caliper, and it's supposed to be working fine. Just like that. There is no noise. I'm gonna just go around and test this guy. I just went around. Just to let you know, in the beginning, it's gonna be, the brake gonna be too smooth. It's just because the pad, they didn't break in. When the pads start breaking in and start, you know, oh, it's kind of hot, so don't touch this when after you ride. And start getting used to the discs, we start breaking the way it's supposed to break. So in the beginning, it's gonna be a little bit too soft and buttery. So it's just because the pads had to break, okay, a little bit and adapt to this groove, and after that would be fine. So this is it. This is how I install the new mount. It's a straightforward. You don't need to go to NASA to do this. This is no rocket science. Easy. If you need help, there is some people in Queens, they call Second Stroke. They're actually the one behind this mod, and this video is not sponsored by them. I paid my 20 bucks, and it was local delivered by my friend Jamie. Shout out to Jamie. He also had a ONYX owner, and he rides in Queens to Brooklyn. I mean, Queens to Manhattan, and Manhattan to Queens. I'm the one from Brooklyn. And don't forget, guys, like and subscribe. Sorry about the crappy video. I just using my cell phone because it would be the best, getting my hands dirty and, you know, using my cell phone instead of using my $3,000 equipment. Nobody's paying me for this. This is just for the community, okay? Don't forget, like and subscribe. Peace.